Hi, welcome back to another episode of Algebra in Words. In this video, we're going to continue our discussion on doing multiplication of polynomials, and we're focusing on the special cases. The one that we're going to focus on in this video is the special case. If you consider it a special case, some books do, some books don't, but regardless, we're going to look at it anyway. And it's known as a binomial, this should be cubed. A binomial cubed. Now, in the last video, we looked at a binomial squared, and I went over the method of how to multiply a binomial squared into a perfect square trinomial. And this one is a binomial cubed. Now, you might be expecting that there's a special little method for that, and there's not really. But I'm going to explain the method for doing a binomial cubed, or a binomial raised to any power. And in short, the overview is you're going to have to do it piecemeal. So specifically for a binomial cubed, this is what you have to do. You're going to break this up into a binomial squared times the remaining factor of 2x minus 3. And you can do that, and that makes sense because, again, if you look at it in terms of the exponent rules, you have a base raised to 2 and the same base raised to the unwritten power of 1. So if we were to multiply them back, 2 plus 1 would give us 3, but we're just doing the reverse and splitting them up. The reason why we do that is because now, for the rest of the problem, we're going to do a binomial squared, like we did in the last video, and then whatever that equals, we're going to multiply that times this remaining binomial. So again, we have to do this piecemeal and step by step. There's not really any other shortcut around it. So let's get started. Let's do the binomial squared and let's follow the shortcut method. Square the first term, which is going to be 4x squared. Square, leave a little space and square the last term. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. And now what about the middle term? The first term times the last term doubled. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6. Doubled, or times 2, which would make negative 12x. So now we converted the binomial squared into our perfect square trinomial, but we still have to multiply that by the remaining binomial 2x minus 3. So I just brought that down, and now we're just going to go systematically, term by term, one at a time, and multiply them through. I'm going to write what they equal below so that we can keep this all in the same frame and then see if there's any like terms to combine. So again, we're going to go systematically left to right. First, 4x squared times 2x, which is 8x cubed. Then we're going to do 4x squared times negative 3, which is negative 12x squared. So we've used this term times both of these terms, so we're done with this one, but now we'll do negative 12x times 2x, which is negative 24x. And then negative 12x times negative 3, which is going to be positive 36x. And again, we've used up this term and this term. Now we only have left the 9 times the 2x, which is 18x. And the 9 times the negative 3, which is negative 27. So now we're going to go back to the left, and we're going to look for any like terms that we can combine. So are there any like terms with 8x cubed? No, so we'll write that. What about with x squared? The only term is this one, so we'll write that, negative 12x squared. What about terms with x? Well, we have negative 24x, 36x, and 18x. So let's do these two first. Negative 24x plus 36x is 12x, plus 18x is going to give us 30x. So write the 30x. And the only term left is the minus 27. And there's no other like terms with that, so we'll just write that. And in summary, doing a binomial cubed, we split it up into a binomial squared times the remaining other binomial. We applied the binomial squared method to get a perfect square trinomial. We brought down the remaining binomial squared, and then term by term we multiplied each term by each other from this group and this group, wrote out the terms, looked for like terms, which were these three, and then combined them, wrote our final answer in descending order, and that's the best we could do. So again, that's all I'm going to do for this one. This was a binomial cubed, and I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give a thumbs up, please share with your friends, please subscribe to the channel, and also please hit the little bell so that you can be alerted when new videos come out. Also, be sure to check out other content on Facebook and Instagram, and feel free to leave any comments, and I'll see you in the next episode.